Hi, welcome back to the Ornery Latina ever. Tonight was pizza night. We had the best pizza ever. The name is Anthony's, and can never go wrong there. It's awesome. And you know, we do the pizza every couple of weeks. I gorge myself. I have a couple of beers. I come home. I usually just want to pass out. But I'm doing a video tonight, gang, and I had my coffee to sober up. I can hear the machine in the background. Will's like, the coffee maker isn't finished making the coffee. And like right in the middle of the process, I'm sitting there pouring my coffee. Like, since when does the coffee not being done, stops? Nothing stops me. When I want something, I want something. Speaking of wants, I've been wanting to move to Texas for a long time. I went through that state and I really liked it, but you know what? I came to Florida because my family was here, me family, and because it was familiar and because they had a beach. But now the beach does not matter, because ever since red tide came onto the scene, I just think about like dying fish and that weird smell. And I'm like, I don't care if I ever see the freaking beach ever again. You know what I mean? Okay, that's what I mean. And then, you know, you got the freaking East Coast people coming here. That's ruining it. But then, you know, in Texas, in Austin, they had a thing on Fox News today of all the California people coming there and making it liberal. And there's this homeless people in Austin, and they just sleep everywhere. Like California. And I'm like, oh my God, this is like happening again. So anyway, the liberals come to your state because everything is too high in the states that they fleed, and they fuck everything up. Speaking of which, because you know, you gotta like talk about this. You know, we hear stuff about Elizabeth Warren, and she was offended because Bernie Sanders said a woman couldn't win presidency. That too. But anyway, you know, it is so funny to see these people like avoid topics because we can't possibly figure out how we're going to fund healthcare. Instead, we're just going to bicker before the cameras about like who said, she said, you know, everybody said, and just petty bullshit, okay? And so anyway, who's going to vote for her? Like, seriously? I mean, like, here's this person that was pretending to be fucking Indian, right? So she can go to school for free or on an endowment. And she just, like, came up with an Indian cookbook? Seriously? Because of her family recipes? She doesn't look any more Native American than I do. I mean, I look more Native American than you do, Elizabeth Warren. You're a white girl. Anyway, I'm Puerto Rican, but you know what? I may not even be Puerto Rican. Like, you know, my mom was born on the island, and yeah, you know, I was born in New York, you know, and the whole family spoke Spanish, but you know, like, I may just have a little bit of Puerto Rican in me, but you know, who knows? I might be black, but I don't look black, but I don't know. You don't know what nobody knows what they're doing. Like, they have this thing where you can find out who you are, but then, like, do you really want to put your information out there? Because there's going to be some weird people looking you up, and I already have enough weird family as it is. So I really don't want to know where I came from or who I am or whatever. You know, don't tell me anything. And I don't want my DNA out there because I think that'd be horrible. As for Texas, we all have our problems, right? You know, but we have a crippled guy for a governor, you know, in Texas, and he's doing more for immigration reform with no legs than most people with a couple of legs, let me tell you. And you know, for not being able to get around, he sure knows how to like get things done. It's pretty damn sad that he has to lead the way, but you know what, his state is like a border state. Like, seriously, half the population in Texas is Mexican. And I'm serious, like, if they wanted to, they could vote his like crippled ass out of there, you know. And you know, how are we going to afford all this stuff? If you come into the country and you're an illegal alien, instantly people are getting like health care. Like, we're not giving that free shit away to American citizens, so why the fuck should people from another country be getting all this free crap? I don't get it. And I for the life of me, I don't get it. But you know what? I guess it's not for me to get. But you know what? It's really interesting because if you and I were to apply for a state job, and even though I have some Hispanic heritage, We have to know Spanish. Like, we have to know Spanish so we could speak to all these illegal aliens. That's not fair, because, you know, like, who's going to teach us the Spanish? You know, when you're supposed to come to America, you're supposed to know English. And, like, nobody accommodated me in 2 languages when I was a little kid. They just told my mom, speak to her in English. You know, you're in America now. Anyway, so I have some issues with some of this stuff, you know, because it's like, you know, I think it's discrimination onto my legal Latina ass. Okay? Really. Next issue. We have this District 13 here in, I call it Penis County, but it's actually Pinellas County. And we have 3 Republicans running for a seat. And the district is a lost cause. Everybody tells me there's no way that a Republican is ever going to win against Charlie Crisp. And I want to know why, because he's a pendejo. He is. He's like leading the investigation on Trump, okay? And like, he doesn't really, like, he has his head up his ass, okay? I met Charlie Crisp, and he was like all nice to me because he thought I was a Latina and everything. And, you know, I'm like, well, this Latina is not for you. But anyway, and that was back when he was like trying to run for governor, you know, and he couldn't win. You know why he couldn't win? Because he's a traitor. That's why he couldn't win. He was a Republican, and then he became a Democrat, and he's just a loser, okay? But this loser can raise more money than anybody else because, you know, he sold out to the Republican Party, and then now he's a Democrat. And he's a fake Democrat. He's really not a real Democrat. He's just taking the money. Anyway, the guy hasn't done shit for St. Pete. Nothing. And his big thing to fame is like impeachment. You know what, Charlie Crisp, that's what I think about you. But you know what, those idiots in St. Pete are probably going to vote for that asshole, you know? They have a black woman running in that district. Her name is Sheila. You think that like the homies in that place will get out there and vote, but they're not going to do that. No, they're not going to vote for their sister. They're gonna vote for some other like white Democrat who's not going to do shit for them. That's what's going to happen. Anyway, I'm putting it out there. That's my prediction. Because you know what? The Republicans suck. That's why they don't ever win anything. Because you know what? The seat is designated for Democrats, so they told me. So like, why did we give like $200,000 to some girl that came flying in here from another state? I don't even know her name. Amanda. Okay? I never seen her before she ran for this seat. She's probably going to be the front runner. I guess, you know, like, she doesn't have any roots here, but she just came here because I don't know. I don't know. But, you know, anyway, she can raise some money, but she's not going to beat him. You know why? You know why? Nobody knows who she is. Well, now they will. Her name's Amanda. Mackie, but she speaks Farsi or something with that. I don't know. Like, is that supposed to be something good? Like, is that going to help you in St. Pete? Farsi? I don't know. But you know what? I'm sure Sheila can speak Ebonics. You guys have a great evening. Giving you something to think about. If you like the Ornery Latina, forward it. If you don't, you know what you can do.